One of the main primary focuses of our pathway is to expose all students to the opportunities that exist out in the healthcare careers. One thing that's really important when it comes to healthcare is inclusion and representation. That matters when it comes to healthcare. And so a big part of this grant and our medical focus is to expose all students, regardless of background, these opportunities that may not exist prior to this opportunity.
When I was in high school, these opportunities were not available to us, or maybe I would have chosen the healthcare field myself. But this is wide open. Anybody can come in and experience this field, and they wouldn't have that same opportunity. And it makes it more exciting because we have all the tools available for these students to motivate them to even want to be in the healthcare field where people are needed so much.
In my family, there are a lot of business people, self-employed people, so I wanted to be the change, for someone who is striving to, be in the healthcare system. And mainly because I am asthmatic, so I know what it is like, to be in a hospital, to be bedridden. So because of those factors, I said, I want to be a part of the medical field. I want to help someone, I want to be the change.
I want to go into biomedical engineering, and I think that these classes will help me prepare for that with learning about all the different machinery and different medical procedures and items that are used to create safe medical procedures.
I'm planning on going to general nursing field, and what I'm doing, especially within the whole clinical section, is just exactly that. It's literally a condensed student version of the processes that you will be going through when you do take that job. So it's like early training so that when you do get into the field, you do understand how certain things work, how to do things, so that you aren't just stranded and not know anything.
The medical pathway actually starts in the elementary schools and works its way all the way up through the high school, and we add on to those approaches as they matriculate through the program. Once they get to the high school areas, we see a lot of hands-on experiences where you're actually doing what these healthcare practitioners and clinicians are doing in the field. So we really expose them to prepare them for either college or to go directly into a healthcare program or a healthcare field.
So by these courses is a really good introduction to how certain process and for your clinicals, as well as some more extra fields like forensics, where you go through crime scene investigation as different jobs, like a blood analyst. Well, for clinicals, you go through blood pressure, your blood drawing, your hemostat, and other readings, and how to use them in terms of a diagnosis and for your prognosis.
I think being able to play with the blood pressure machine and draw blood really helped bring a light to what you would actually be doing in the medical field, and be able to understand and know that this is actually what you want to do and that you're going to work towards that goal.
When I was in Principles of Biomedical Sciences, we went into, the body. What was new for me was, the autopsies, learning about pathology, the sciences, medical examiners, what it takes, what, just all about, what, the fields they entail. And also I'm doing medical terminology where I'm learning, the different terms used. And it's a lot, because it is hard, but it is interesting, and you learn so much, not just retaining information, but learning about the body, the diseases, and treatments and cures and how to fix them.
There's multiple certifications that are available to our students that allow them to, right out of high school, get that first job in the healthcare field, to either one, allow them to work in that field, or give them more hands-on experiences prior to advancing their medical careers in college.
I love the interactiveness with the kids. The kids get to experience actually what we talk about on paper. There's always an activity to follow the content, and so they get to experience. It's the experience of it that really excites me, and students get to experience what they would be doing later on in life if they chose that career path.
So one of our pieces of technology are these Z-Space computers, and they bring parts of the body in 3D form. And I think that really helps with being able to identify parts of the body and where it might have problems and what you would need to be able to fix the problems.
Those equipments are just also helping with the whole learning thing as well, because if you understand how you can have the knowledge of it, but you don't have any practicals practice, then there's just no point. So it's a mixture of both practice and knowledge, so you can actually demonstrate that what you're learning.
When I see my students excited and they actually come back to me and say that these classes have helped them with their career and they're successful and they're passing their exams and they're coming into these fields, and I say to myself, I understood my assignment. The district understood the assignment, and we were successful.